What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Dad Strides podcast, the running podcast, all about getting those tired dad legs moving again. I am your, still don't have a new intro. I am your younger dad, Caleb Babcock.
And I'm also a dad, a few months older than Caleb, I guess.
But you're the newest dad. That's what
I am the newest dad.
I can't say that anymore.
That's true.
And we are in Miami. Welcome to Miami.
Bienvenido a Miami.
Welcome to 2026. We haven't done a pod in like 6 months.
It's been a long time. We keep, I don't even want to talk about how we haven't done it because we keep talking about that.
But we're still doing it, which is the main.
We are kind of still doing it, and the legs are getting moving again, which is sick.
Yep.
And we got some races. We got some theories we want to test this year in 2026.
I figured we'd do a light catch up on where we are right now.
Right, and then like a 2026 outlook.
Yes.
On dad life, running life.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, where's your motivation for running at right now?
My motivation is actually higher than I think it's been in a couple years, which is nice. I think 2024 I ran the least I've ran since I started running, quote unquote. And into 2025 started kind of feeling the itch again, and now I mega feel the itch. And I signed up for a race,
which we'll get into later.
Which we can get into, which is always helpful for the motivation. But yeah, I would say I'm the most motivated I've been to run.
Did you race at all in 2025? Well, you said 2024.
I ran like the 10K turkey trot, but I don't really consider that like a race.
That was 2025.
Yeah, that was 2 months ago.
My motivation's also high. I feel like after the 100, which was probably our last episode, the recap for the 100, which was a great experience, but that was July, and then we just chilled. I kind of just did a few things up in the mountains randomly throughout the rest of last year, and then I wanted to do Chuckanut 50K. We've talked about it a lot on this pod, and so my motivation is also high now. My willpower is high.
Right.
I always like running, but it's like, again, since day one on the pod, it's like put something on the books. That's worked for me, and so I have, what's the date today? I have like two. It's on March 21st, so it's like 2 months in like a week, 2 months, 2 weeks. So, and I've got like 4 good weeks under my belt right now, 3 weeks. So,
yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. Is I'm just starting with just running 20 miles a week for a while to just kind of let the liggies get warmed back up, let the bones get dense again, just because I don't want to be injured. But 2026, I do think it's like I want to be in shape the whole year.
Nice.
And I'm like, honestly thinking now, I'm like, how skinny could I actually get? That's kind of like where it's like, I know I've always said like, oh, don't be hot, because then it just brings temptation and things you don't need. And I still believe that. But I now kind of want to see like what would be like the lightest I could get, and if I actually feel better running. Because I feel like, it's like.
I'm still not past the liggies getting them warmed up. I like that.
Yeah,
my liggies are always tight.
Yes. Yeah, I feel like this year will be about stretching.
Yeah.
It's basically like injury prevention will be huge. And I don't know if eating really affects that, but I feel like injury prevention will be huge because being injured just sucks.
Yeah.
And right now I feel the excitement to run.
So fit all year is a great goal.
Yep.
We're both 35.
Yes.
So it's like we've kind of talked about this. It's like that natural biomarker of. You said it. How'd you say it earlier?
Yeah, there's like a little bit of science behind it, and I don't know if this is like true or not, but basically like you have people think they're aging like every day. Like every day you get a little bit older, and actually there's like 3 in your adult life. There's like 3 big stages of aging, and they say like mid-30s is the first one, and we have absolutely felt that.
Like within
absolutely.
1 year, I felt like I got like 6 years older. Maybe not 6, maybe like a solid 3 though.
Right.
Like I still feel young. I still feel like a kid, but. I don't feel like that. Mentally. But now I'm like, I'm stiff.
Yes, totally. It's like you're stiffer. You just like, you ache more. You also just don't feel as bouncy.
Running faster is harder.
I've noticed that. That's something that I'm like, like getting some speed back would be cool.
Yeah.
Like that would be fun.
We just got to work on it. So yeah, that is funny. I feel like staying consistent for a full year,
right?
You can get skinny, dude.
Gonna get skinny, and then just to preface that, I don't like think I'm fat, but it's like I'm a solid dad bod, But for like Orange County standards, No, dude, there's fat people in Orange County for sure. No, but it's a full dad bod, and I fluctuate a lot. Like it's a
proud full dad bod.
Oh, for sure. And guys, if you haven't listened, if you spend all your time trying to be hot, why? If you're married. If you're not married, get as hot as you can.
If you're
not married, get as hot as you can. Bag the hottest girl you can that loves Jesus. But if you're married, dude.
Did you say bag or bang?
Bag. Come on. Yeah.
Save
it for after marriage,
not
buddy.
Married. Yes. Right. Just
if you're single, I mean, put the best foot forward. Learn to cook a good meal, have some abs, have a good career, put your best foot forward, and you're gonna find a babe.
Yes.
You're gonna find a babe.
Post-marriage,
if you're married, though, let yourself get fat. No, I'm just
kidding. Get solid. That's what I'm trying to build to. I've been doing 50 push-ups a day for 11 days. Not bad. I'm trying to.
So good.
I'm trying to get
It's
bigger.
just like it's.
Well, okay, Niles and I's body types, you have done this since I've met you.
Yes.
You ebb and flow on the weight easy. It's just like your body type.
Right.
I've always been like kind of the same regardless of if I'm running or...
Right.
I'll be out of shape and I look similar, but I'm like, I can hardly run.
I'm
I get
decently
gassed.
naturally strong, which is nice.
Yeah, that is nice.
And that is something that this year I'm like, do I go to a gym and actually see how much weight I can actually lift? Because a couple years ago when I was trying to bench 2 plates and I did it once, I felt pretty good. Like
What is that?
It's 225 pounds, and I did it one time, and dude, honestly, like feeling that much weight on your hands was gnarly. But the other day, okay, remember, if you've been listening for a long time, props to you. But like 3 years ago, we walked into a gym, and Caleb.
Great. Hold on, let me preface this.
Okay.
We're on a work trip to start the year.
Yes,
Thank you,
yes.
Jesus, for a job to start the year.
Yes,
we can
January.
still keep doing this. We're doing film production stuff. We are in Miami, Florida. I said that, but yeah, we're on a job, and that's why we always like to run together and talk about stuff.
But so benching a plate like in high school was always like a big benchmark. And 3 years ago, we walked into a gym,
which is only 100.
It's 135 pounds. It's not that much.
45s on each side.
We put a plate on, and Caleb couldn't do it. But this year, we walked down there, and maybe this is credit to the push-ups, dude. Yeah. He was able to do it a couple times, and he could have gone more. We just stopped because we were just like,
honestly,
we just thought it was funny.
I did it twice. I benched with that. No real struggle. Twice. A third, yeah, sure. But I feel like I need to get to my body weight at some point.
Yeah. Getting to your body weight is sick.
It's like the male.
And like for me, it's like
standard.
It's like for you because you're so skinny. It's like you're gonna just work up strength to your body weight. I feel like for my body type, it's like if you can drop 10 pounds and increase strength, that's like the perfect. You like find that happy medium of like you weigh like 185 and you can like rep 185. That's sick.
That's
sick. That's sick.
Well, while we're on it, then I feel like our
wait,
goals...
hold on. I feel like I need to wrap up.
Sorry.
I told everyone if you're married that you should be fat. And I don't, and I think I need to continue that.
Maybe for a season, it's fine.
Well, no, it's more that if you
don't take it back, dude.
No,
don't redact.
I'm not redacting. I'm more saying that it's less important to be. Your body is just so much less important looks wise when you're married. And I've always made the joke that I don't need a bunch of attention. So for my body, it's like the best thing I can do is just be average. And let my wife just love me for who I am.
Your goal is you started that by saying your goal is to get faster, and by losing weight, you will feel faster.
Well, it's more of that. Yeah, it's more like I want to be just. I mean, best shape of my life is such an exaggeration, but I would like to get really fit this year and just see where that's at. Mainly because like a year ago, turning 35, going to 36 now. I'm like I started to feel the most. Not frail, but the most weak, and kind of just like, whoa, my body is starting to like. I need to hold on to this as long as possible, and if you let it go a couple years, like it's just harder to get it back. Yeah. So this year is kind of like a rebound year, I would say for me.
Go into goals for 2026. I have 3 goals. They're all kind of running related. One's definitely running related. I have a couple. I have 2 ultras signed up for this year. That's all I'm doing. 2 50Ks, which we'll get into that with our schedule in a bit. But my actual only goal for running is to run a sub 5 mile. I would love to do that this year. 35 or feeling older, get that speed back, and just go for it a couple times and actually do some speed work to get it. So at some point this year, I would love to. I got close 3 years ago when we did the dad strides mile.
It was what? What'd you get?
5:08.
Yeah.
Which I was like, but again, 3 years. We've said this year felt like 3 more years. I'm like,
oh yeah.
Even if like right now, if I tried to run 5:08, I'd be stoked.
Right.
And getting
I also
shout out to Taylor Wolf. He just did it, so
yeah.
He gave me.
I feel like when we did that dad strides mile, I think that was before Towns was born, dude. So Towns is almost 5. So that was almost 5 years ago.
It was.
It was a like long time. Maybe? I also ran that with snot pouring out of my nose. So I would to run the mile again and see how fast I could go.
I ran that 2 weeks post COVID where I actually got COVID symptoms. So.
Yeah, I feel like some speed work would help so much.
Running a mile, similar to getting on a bench for the first time in forever.
Whoa.
And not knowing what you can even.
Right.
You don't know the feeling. It's kind of similar. It's like. A timed mile is really a sobering litmus test of like, this is where I'm at.
Yeah.
Because a mile is like...
It's aerobic, it's anaerobic, it's also leg strength. Like,
no one cares about a half mile time. No one cares about really a 5K time as much if you're not a runner. Everyone knows a mile time.
Yes.
What's your mile?
Totally.
So what's your bench?
Yeah.
Mine's 135 right now.
How much do you bench? We should go max out. That'd be fun.
Okay,
so you want to run a sub 5 minute mile.
Yep.
You have two.
My other... This is such a weak goal, but it's eating a little better. I'm not even going to go into it.
Not measurable.
But yeah, it's not measurable. But in general, because of the age and wanting to feel better, and I'm such a snacker, just eating a little better. Basically cutting out sugar and trying to eat more protein. Right. And then, okay, so this is a fun topic, which I feel like you're kind of an expert at.
Thank you.
For better or for worse.
Yeah. I'm really good at manipulation because I already know what he's going to say.
Yeah, this one is telling my wife about things at the correct time. And I feel like it's because now I have 3 kids. There's a lot going on with work. Running is such a low priority in her mind, especially. It is a low priority compared to a lot of things, but I like it. So the art of telling your wife about anything at the right time. I've been terrible at it. I've just straight up right when I find out about something or a race or a work trip. I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks in January. Like the day I find out, I've never thought about it.
And I'm the opposite. I am. Timing is everything. And how you navigate that question is just so important. And you are on a knife's edge. You are on a knife's edge. It really is hard to distill it into like, what are the steps?
Well, everyone's wife's different too. So
everyone's wife's different, and obviously there's a week of the month that is just a no-go zone. That's just obvious. There's a no-go zone. Yeah. There's the period time.
Yeah.
There's the lead up to the period time,
yeah.
which I know can be almost worse. And not to get too into the weeds. Yeah. You know, obviously, everyone's menstrual cycle is different. Wow, this is a dad podcast talking about periods. Great. But that's the week. It's a no-go zone. That week is completely blocked off. You do not ask for anything. You do not request anything. You do not break bad news. You maybe don't even speak to your wife. You maybe just let her exist and you take the kids and let her go into a hole.
Start paying attention. I mean,
your wife is going to tell you when she's on her period.
Yeah,
or she's just going to scream at you and you'll be like, she's on her period.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are signs. There will be signs. Okay, so that's the first tip.
Okay.
That's the no-go zone. I also think when your wife is tired.
Genuinely like. Yeah.
Fully leading in. When your wife is tired. Or when your wife.
It's good.
So both of our wives struggle when they're tired. If your wife gets hangry, if your wife gets overwhelmed or overstimulated by the kids or the music being too loud. When your wife is feeling that frazzled brain of like, life is crazy. Bad time to ask. You have to time it in a way where she is not already pissed off, which is tricky.
Do you ever prime it with anything in particular?
Oh, it depends on what it is. Work is different than like wanting to run. I feel like one thing. Well, hold on. I'm gonna table that because you don't want to ask her when she's like already drained to zero, but you also don't want to ask her like
at the beginning of the day
or at like 9 p.m. when she just has her tea and she's snuggled on the couch and all she wants to do is forget the day. You don't want to steal her time.
Dude, you're such an expert.
I know. Her time, because her time, she does not want to be completely inundated with your bullshit. Because that's how she sees it, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Even if it's work, even if it's what pays the mortgage, it's just like, this is your thing,
and now you're with.
And it's an inconvenience. It's an inconvenience to her in that moment. So that only leaves about 6 minutes a day. No, I'm just kidding. No, but for real. So there's this time
when the moon lines up.
Yeah. Perfectly. Yeah, once in a blue moon when like Pluto and Jupiter are together is when you can ask, you know. So truthfully, it doesn't leave a lot of time, but there are windows. I think
there's an attitude to how you approach it too, especially with running.
It's also a give and take. It's like, how much are you taking in the relationship that day versus giving?
Yeah.
I mean, if you've brought her flowers, you let her sleep in, and you made
took
breakfast
the kids for a while,
and she had 2 hours to herself, and it's like noon, great time. You have laid a perfect foundation to ask something of her because you've given more. So I think that's kind of the high level approach.
This might be a 2-year goal for me.
Yeah.
I got a lot to work on.
It's like the house is clean, the garage is picked up like she asked, the hole that was in the drywall, you puttied it and you painted it, and she's been asking you that for a month. Like, those little things add up. Mm-hmm. Flowers, I think I don't do that before I ask, because that's almost too teed up, because you can't
we're both
look like you're trying too hard.
We're 10 years in. Flowers are like, that's a first 5-year thing.
That's funny. Sarah would be like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
But I think you can't look like you're trying too hard, because if she senses that you're like overcompensating, then she's like, what's up? And you're like, I'm leaving for 2 weeks. And she's like, she starts crying or something.
Dude, ChatGPT could never give me this data.
Yeah, dude, Chad GPT right here. So kind of going back, how much have you given in the day versus taken? And that can be multiple days too. Like, if you just went on a boys trip and you get back and you're like, hey, like, I'm leaving next week for work, you can expect there to be it's Armageddon. Like, that is, you are just setting yourself up for failure. I also think though, like, it depends on what you're asking. I keep bringing up work because we have to leave for work for substantial periods of time. We both have 3 children. Yeah. That is hard on the family, and understandably so. You know, but there's no way around it, because when we're home, we're super home. So Sarah and I have discussed, like, there's a beautiful give and take where, like, we would choose this life again because I don't have to leave at 8 and get home at 6 to work a 9 to 5 job. But when I'm gone, I couldn't be more gone. Like, I am not available to help at all. And the dads who do work a 9 to 5, they're home every weekend. They're home at nights. They're there for breakfast, whatever.
It's a little more consistent.
It's a little more consistent, but ours actually, I think, would net out to being way more time with the family.
Agreed.
I don't have the numbers on that, but so we're very thankful for that. So I think work is different because it's almost an inevitability. Like, even for this trip, it's 10 days, and she was like, man, you've been left in so long. This feels weird. I'm like, that's a great thing for her to say. Mm-hmm. It's not like, oh, this is another trip.
Well, and not to, like, relate it just to running, but it's like, it is a muscle you work out in your relationship.
Totally.
So it's like, it feels less jarring.
Totally. So I think when you're asking for an activity time or hobby time or dude time or whatever, I think it's gotten easier for me, because now I make sure that she gets her time. Before, it would be like she wasn't working out very much or something, and I'd be like, every day I'm going for a run. So she sees it as like, you're getting all this time. But now I try to prioritize her activity first, partially because, like, her run is 30 minutes. That's pretty easy to squeeze in the day. So in the morning, I'm like, hey, do you want to run first, and then I'll go. Mm-hmm. So I make sure that, like, we're teeing her up before I get mine, because mine's always longer.
Yeah.
Where I'm trying to make sure her needs are filled. I mean, and for us, we call it like, you know, are you filling the cup? Are you watering the cup? Whatever analogy you want to use, is just like, you need that refresh time as parents to, like, get back to equilibrium.
Yeah, it's true.
But I think for, like, activities, whatever your wife's activity is, you just need to make sure you're prioritizing that too, and then you don't need to ask. I used to hide it. I'd be like, so, like, what are you doing tomorrow? You know? And she'd be like, why are you asking? And I'm like, no reason. And then, like, 5 minutes later, I'm like, so what are you doing? Like, you know, so, like, around 11, you know, because I'm looking at the tide charts and when the waves are good, and and what the wind's doing, and I want to go serve at 11. So now I don't try to, like, code it in bullshit or, like, sugarcoat it. I try to just, like, be honest with what it is and just talk about it.
That's a good tip, yeah.
But I just don't want her to be sad or hurt her feelings, so that's why I sugarcoat it. So I sugarcoat it with good intentions, but it actually ends up making it worse.
Yeah. I feel like endurance sports in general are the hardest sport to do because of the time with kids
golf,
and a family.
Golf. There are dudes doing this way harder than us. Golf.
Okay.
I'm gonna be gone for 7 hours. I'm gonna have 9 beers with my best friend, and we're gonna talk shit on all of our wives, and then I'm gonna come home. That's what golf is, dude.
Okay, so golf,
guys, golf,
ultra running.
Golf is here. Every other sport is here. Every other sport is here. Every other sport. I mean, golf is psycho. Dudes going golfing all the time. Like that is, you are asking for like it's just.
Or like triathlon stuff.
Yeah, so
I don't know how
triathlon stuff is hard because you have to train in so many sports. But I know a lot of dudes now that's like they don't really train the swimming. They kind of just wing the swimming and they do everything else.
I guess too with endurance sports, you can wake up and it's kind of cool to get up super early, get it out of the way. Like that.
So that's one nice thing about
that doesn't.
Yeah. So
exist.
any type of exercise, running, lifting, it's basically it's always an option, like 24 hours a day.
Right.
So that makes it, you're able to fit it more places. Surfing is hard because it is so conditions dependent.
Yeah.
That like, you're like, I need to go now, and if I don't go now, it's going to suck the rest of the day. Like, the amount of times I've gotten home and I'm like, yeah, waves sucked. I couldn't go, like, I went at the wrong time and Sarah knows because she wasn't home in time or something, you know, then she feels guilty.
All right, let's wrap this topic
Okay,
up.
cool. Yeah.
But it's just
some pretty good tips.
Clearly a lot to do. And I just feel like I've done it. It's like a work thing more. I feel like I've never thought about like doing the running stuff. Like I feel like work trips are just like, oh, this is kind of long. But running, I'm like, assume I can just go run every day. So I'm trying to get better at.
And I think it honestly is fair to assume that for an hour a day, you can go fill your cup, right? Sure. But I think you just have to make sure that your wife is doing that too, or else it's completely lopsided.
Yeah.
And that's when the frustration sets in. It's also like an expectations thing. You know, right now I feel like Sarah knows that like if I don't exercise every day to some extent, and that could even be like surfing is just like it's fun. It's not quite exercise, but it's like it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
She knows if I do that, like I'm a way better dad, so she tries to make time for it. Some days it doesn't happen,
but
I try to make time for her.
Right
too.
now, we're in school too.
School, once the schedule's a little more open, it makes it a lot easier too. Because right now, 2 kids go to school, and the baby naps at like 11. She basically has 2 hours in the middle of the day to herself for the first time in almost 7 years. So that is also gigantic.
Yeah. I feel like that's that's the equivalent of like a mom raise. Like I know Sarah works too, but if you're a stay-at-home mom, there's like these chunks of time where she's put in her time, and now she's so like, good. You get 2 hours.
Yeah, that's so good.
Okay.
Raise.
Well, yeah, those are goals. Do you have any other goals? Get skinny.
Yeah, get a little skinnier. But it's I joke about skinny. It truly is like just get in the best shape I possibly can. And try to see how long I can hold that. Because I've always been such a fluctuator.
Yeah.
Train for a marathon, I get skinny and fast, and then just plummet down to basically no endurance. You know, getting like 200 pounds again, and then okay, now we're gonna ramp back up. I kind of want to be able to maintain fitness more than I ever have.
Well, I feel like, and with the age thing, a little bit like we talked about, the maintaining is a lot better. To just kind of
because at some point those peaks and valleys of fitness are just gonna get harder to climb back up. So I'm like, if I can maintain a certain level of fitness, I think that'll help a lot. I'm probably going to join a gym and try to go like two or 3 days a week.
Nice.
A 24-hour gym is also, it's always available.
Yeah.
It's like if I can get up at 5 and just get my lazy ass up, I can go.
Yeah.
Also, like during the workday, I think the hard thing with surfing is like you're just not available. Like there's a lot of times where it's like I'll go run. Plan that work call as long as I could be on mobile, do the call and then like run home. So I'm kind of like multitasking work and exercise.
You gotta like
you gotta get creative.
For remote work or creative work, you can plan around calls and stuff.
So get in a lot better shape, get skinny. We signed up for Run the Rut, which is a race in Big Sky that I've always wanted to do.
That's our last topic.
I know, but okay.
The goal is to finish
finish that because it is a gnarly race. I think signing up, I was kind of like, oh shit, this is a little spicy. Just because I was like, are you going to finish in 8 hours or 10 hours? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I've never done that much vert. So finish the rut, which is, that one should be pretty accomplishable based on hopefully if one happens, then 2 happens, which is kind of funny. They're like compounding goals.
True.
Third goal.
Get a barrel?
Yeah, I've still never made it out of a barrel in a wave.
You've been in one?
Yeah, you pull in the closeouts off. Yeah, but making it out is just it's so hard. It's so hard to do. I also don't really look for them, but yeah, that would be a good one. But I don't think that's gonna happen. So
I'm not flexible enough to even get into it.
I'm also gonna be running so much, so I'll be surfing less.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to run a good 5K. Like, so basically, if I train up for the rut, which we'll get into that race, and then that's September, and I chill after for a couple weeks, and then do speed work up until Thanksgiving, then I could run a fast 5K at the turkey trot.
Oh, like go fast turkey trot.
And that would be cool. And I don't really have a number yet, but let's workshop a number. So 5K.
Yeah. So 6-minute mile is like an 18-minute 5K.
Fuck, that's crazy.
You could try to go sub 20.
So sub 20 seems realistic. More realistic.
You could do it.
Sub 20 would be 6. That's like what, like a 6:30 mile? It's that extra. See, the 3 miles. It's the extra like 0.2.
0.1.
Yeah, 0.1 that just kill you.
Make sure that's not uphill on the last 100. Find a course that's a downhill.
Yeah. No, the course is pretty nice. It's flat. You go over a bridge. You go down the bridge, go around, come back up the bridge. So
Dude, it's funny. You can get there. Those numbers sound hard when you're not running fast. I just started doing like some little threshold repeats, and I'm like, oh, like that pace was so hard the first couple times, and then like now
feels better.
A couple weeks in, I'm like, this is. It's just weird how like it's same with like a long run. It's like I could never go run 8 miles, and then that becomes your baseline. I could never do 15. No way. And then you're like, I'm doing 15 next Saturday. It's like it just happens.
Yeah, and then you're asking your wife to do 15.
You're like, hey, can I be on 6 hours? Okay.
Yeah. So then there it is.
Let's go into our calendar for the
sub 20-minute 5K.
That's a great goal.
Yeah,
very measurable.
Measurable.
Okay, so then basically our race plans for this year, like I said earlier, I'm doing 2 50Ks. The first one is in a couple months. Chucking up 50K up in Bellingham, Washington. It's sick. That course is iconic because they've run it 31 years now or something like that.
That's cool.
Washington staple. It starts on a flat 6 miles, like a gravel path, and then it goes up into the mountains for 18 miles, and then you finish back on that flat 6 miles. So it's crazy because it's an ultra, but it's 12 miles at like, essentially if you can get to like road half marathon.
Wow.
But then you also have to get good vert, and so it's this crazy.
And then like pound the quads down and then run fast again.
Yeah, so with my training right now, I'm trying to get my speed back, which is the perfect race to do that, but also with that, make sure I don't forget about climbing and the vert strength. So I'm trying to run, I'm kind of treating it, well, 2 things. I'm treating it in my head like I'm training for just a marathon. If I was training for a marathon at like tempo runs, faster threshold repeats, I'm going to be good for chucking it, I think. But in a few climbing days.
Yeah.
However, with that said, I'm not prioritizing the race and the run as much as I did like the 100. This is very much like with work trips, with family stuff. If I get,
I think you were supposed to run 18 like a day ago.
I ran 11 this morning and I feel terrible right now.
It's also humid as hell.
Yeah, it's
outside.
like 70 degrees too. Not complaining because back home's like sleeting rain, so I'd rather still be outside. But I'm not taking it as insane, so I'm going to go enjoy the day. I'm going to run hard, but I'm especially going to ease into that first 6 miles and not go, blow it. But whatever kind of life throws at me, I'm going to train when I can and as much as I can, like I want to. But with work trips, it's not going to be like super rigid about it. So kind of enjoy that. Then the day of, like whatever fitness I'm at, I want to be smart with like, okay, be honest with yourself. This is where you should be.
Right.
Run it here. If you somehow get this fit and you have days and weekends that open up, okay, like we'll have a better race. Better as in fast, but it's just to actually go do the thing and enjoy this one.
Totally.
And then the rut is September, and that's in Montana, and it's going to be crazy because it's at like 10,000 feet altitude. But I feel
you start at 7 and you run up to 11, like 11.2.
We need the history of why are we even doing the rut?
Yeah, so the rut has always been the race that I've wanted to do. I think the first year they ran it was the year that I was living in Big Sky. Killian Jornet did the VK faster than you can take lift service up to the top. And everyone was talking about this guy who now I know who he is. Then I had no clue.
The greatest mountain.
And people were describing it as like, yeah, he like doesn't bring water. He like drinks out of streams. Like this dude was like, it was like he was an enigma for like this weekend. Because
what year was that then?
It was like 2013 or something.
Like no one knew what trail running was.
Or 2014. It was something like that because it was before GoPro.
Clearly people knew, but I had no idea that trail running existed. So you were probably like, what?
Oh yeah, so I'm skiing all the time. I live there, and people tell me about this race. It's 30 miles, whatever. And I remember thinking in my head like, "There's no way I would ever do that, or could ever do that." So since getting into running, I've just remembered that thought, and it was like, this has kind of been like my ultimate race of just like the big goal to check off personally.
Yeah. The VK is not 30 miles, obviously.
That's no. The VK is a vertical kilometer. It's a race. It's straight up.
But then they offer a 50K and some other distances.
Yeah, there's a 50K, 28K. I think our buddy Willie had to sign up for the 11K because it was too late. But he still signed up for the 11K.
What I found out is like clearly getting into this, I've now heard of Run the Rut. The Rut, it's sick. It's like this cool. It has
it's sold out in 2 hours.
It's sold out. Most of the races sold out in 20 minutes. I think they put 2 hours because like that 11K was just kind of lingering. But this race sells out. We had to set our alarms, get up at 6 in the morning or 7 to sign up and put it on our calendars. And I probably wouldn't ever have done this race. I know it's cool and Montana's rad, but it's like I'm a sea level guy and I like to run.
It's like the least runnable 50K ever.
Power hiking with poles.
It's basically
and sucking wind.
It's 30 miles. It's 12K climbing and then loss. So 12K gain and loss. You run. It's the whole mountain of Lone Peak is made of andesite rock, which is like shaly rock. So there's no so there's parts where there's no grass. You're above tree line. Yeah. And it's not really that runnable. Like you were saying, there's some dudes who like when they like the fast guys are like wearing gloves so they can like grab and fall and do things to like go faster. But it's absolutely gorgeous, and it's just kind of become an iconic race. And it's back to Big Sky, see some friends.
But this is like in its ethos, like such a good Dad Strides race because it's like this has history for you.
Right.
It's a big goal, and we can kind of go do it together. And
right.
Yeah, it'll be sick.
When we signed up, it was like, how quickly do you think you're going to finish? Which is a classic question.
It asks you on the survey.
And it was like, if you finish under 6 hours, you'd be in the top 2% of finishers.
It said 6 hours?
Yeah. And I was just like,
at 10,000 feet and you're climbing all day.
I was like, my first 50K, I ran at like 6 hours and 20 minutes. But it's because it was like 5,000 feet of climbing and all buttery. It's like, it's just crazy how much more technical this race is.
Well, also, if you bonk at all at altitude, everything at altitude is just more like fragile. It's
so you start at like 7,000 feet. Lone Peak is like 11,000 feet. And it's just super real elevation. It's like as high as Hard Rock.
Yeah, it's like, if it's how I ran Hood 100, I'll be finishing in 12 hours. I might make the cutoff.
I think I put 9 hours. No, I put 8.5 hours. But then he put 8, and I was like, okay, well, I probably should have put 10.
I think if I again, it's such a varied. I don't think they just want like they want you to guess. I think
So what's nice is like the Lone Peak area is all rocky, but then there are trails like if you're looking at the mountain to the left that should be runnable that are more like low angle stuff that should be like the part where you can go a little faster. I think a race like this actually suits me more than like a fast race.
Absolutely. No, I was laughing. I'm like, this might be the one race Niles beats me. You're good at altitude. When we went to Peru, I was like dizzy.
Right.
But yeah, I'm gonna take it really easy. What's sick though is it sets me up for all summer out in Washington, just doing like hiking. I just
you're so set up for
Hill
that because it's like for me, it's like Baldy's a great training area.
That means I have to do my time mile after Chuckanut and not going into because I'm gonna get slow in the summer and just get uphill strength.
Totally. Yeah, I think training for this is so interesting because you really need to like do a bunch of hiking vert.
Stair stepper.
Like stair stepper,
weighted vest,
like the whole thing with that. So it'll be different training. It'll be fun though. It'll definitely be a lot of time, which is hard. But I think for me, that's one of the reasons going to the gym will be important. Just because not just upper body overall strength, but just like actually doing cross training for the legs for when you're on. When we have 2,000 feet left of vert and you're just absolutely gassed.
I think what I like about this year's schedule for me more or less though is that it's 50Ks, which you can train faster in a little bit less time. And I know the Rut's gonna run like a 50 miler, like in all reality, but still that's not 100 in my head. It's very much like even if I feel like crap, you're gonna still feel like okay for at least half of it. Like
you can wing a 50K more than you can wing a 100.
You can absolutely. I don't know if you can wing the Rut, but like at least
wing
it's
it, but just
50K.
like if you miss weeks of training and some weeks are smaller, you can still go run the race.
It's just much more like in my head doable. So I'm stoked. But hopefully we'll be doing updates. Obviously, definitely for that one.
Definitely for that, and then I'm gonna try to sign up for like a Rust Buster or something in June. Because June is usually kind of gloomy in California, so it's like because I just hate the sun, so I'm like I don't want to run in super sun exposed.
Try it. Do it like
But there's a ton of races around California, so just like go do something. Maybe not a 50K, but maybe it could be a 50K or something smaller, just to go like get the reps, get a big run in.
September's a long time.
September's a long time away, and I am doing a slow build right now. I'm like at 20 miles a week for the last 4 weeks. I'm going to try to run 20 miles a week for like the next 10 weeks.
Yeah.
Just to let everything kind of settle back into running, and then just kind of slowly go up from there. And then once summer hits, it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Just because it'll be hot, but the benefit there is like heat. They say heat training is similar to altitude training, so it's like you're just depleting yourself. I don't know how those things are similar, but I like that theory, and that's all I got.
No, it is. It's like poor man's altitude. It's
right.
Heat, I think.
Which will be interesting too, because we were talking about like, do we go up early? Like, how do we?
If you've ever done the rut or been spectated or volunteered
or run it crazy altitude,
yeah, just let us know in the comments like what you'd recommend. It'd be fun to read.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I was thinking, I was like, oh, I'll go out a week early. But when you did research, you were like, that might be the worst.
Well, it was like ChatGPT said you either go like well in advance or like 1 day before, 2 days max before. Because there's like, then your body kind of settles in and you're sleeping weird. It's better to show up fit and go for it. Then we can stay after.
Because like your hemoglobin has more oxygen or something.
Oh, dude. It's heming out. All right. Well, happy 2026, everybody. Keep the stride alive.
And hopefully we'll do more of these. I say hopefully. I'm not promising.
We will. I mean, all right,
later. Later, y'all.